Abusuya, Honorable Sam Gyata George, catch the Multichoice for say they should reduce their prices. Now the Mwaya Multichoice for the buyer no, it will blow your mind. Multichoice for say they can't even reduce by even 1 cent. In the first place, that is an insult.
When
Multichoice for them say the entire Omanwaya den bebrebe said they know say EPO eba. Na EPO na eba no Ghana phones on the board here say just boy. Until they know say they have power in the Ghana phone to me day and share EPO nibidia. Then EPO Ghanaians are going to support Multichoice to maintain their prices and then throw Honorable Sam Gyata George decision away. At the same time, and also Honorable Sam Gyata George, Emma Multichoice for deadline say at this deadline they should reduce their prices by April. They should reduce their prices. And so, reduce prices now. Multichoice will be shut down. And you know, at this point, I believe say some suit is either say Multichoice sue Ghana government or Honorable Sam Gyata George sue Multichoice because they are refusing to reduce their prices. And Multichoice and so sue government because they are telling them to do something that is not within their reach. In the first place, Multichoice, you guys are in Ghana. Muye business with Ghana. That is the first thing they are not part of Ghana. Muye business with Ghana. You guys are investors, and I'm about Ghana mobile investing, which it makes sense. Will be any problem. Say you guys are making business, but then mind you, say the business now more you guys are going to abide by the rules and regulations of the country. You guys are going to sit down, Multichoice and the government are going to sit down and then make the correct arrangement and then deal. You guys are going to make the correct arrangement and then deal. And then mind you, with some time being, deals can be changed. And near my bit until right now, Honorable Sam Gyata George and Oba out is only the new minister of communication and other kind of stuff. Until he's taking care of these kind of stuff. And what chance didn't know an analysis who say from previously, Multichoice increased their prices by 15% compared to other countries, other neighbor countries, Nigeria for the or compare who said the prices between Nigeria and Ghana, there's a big difference. And who says then there is something needs to be done about this. And what who say at this point the prices my citizens are paying, it is too much. With that being said, please reduce the prices by 30%. The reason why Honorable Sam Gyata George say they should reduce their prices by 30%. There's a reason behind it. And then me, I agree with the decision now. Honorable Sam George, video.
I made it clear when I did my accountability series that if they did not come to us with a reduction for the Ghanaian people, I had made a request for 30%. If they did not do that, I was going to trigger the suspension.
30% or nothing less.
That's my ask, 30%. And there's a reason behind the 30%. Some people have said, why don't you do 10%, 15%? In April this year, Multichoice increased their prices by 15%. In April this year. At that time, the cedi had appreciated by about 10% against the dollar. What was the reason for Multichoice's increases over the last 8 years? Depreciation of the cedi, high interest rates, instability of the currency. As of April this year that they did a 15% increase, we had stability of the currency and appreciation of the currency. We had dropping inflation rates. The macroeconomic indicators were looking better. So there was absolutely no justification for that 15%. Well, I made it clear. So I'm reversing that 15% and then demanding a further 15% for the Ghanaian people.
To me, it makes sense because Apple and Apple and a Multichoice will increase more prices by 15%. Even though the dollar is depreciating, the Ghana cedis is going up. The past 8 years, you guys were increasing prices left and right, up and down. The reason with the AS had the say back in the days, not dollar no was raw. Into inflation, all sorts of things were involved. Anything we hear they increase prices, which makes sense. But then at this time, Honorable Sam George say the dollar is being appreciated. In the dollar ne eco for more, it was say and near months where the eco form. Inflation and near make any microeconomy and near make any. Into with that being said, no. And near many na kikame bomono, I was say, and near so to tell ya, and your multi-choice, multi-timony maso. Multi-choice for say, yente da, yente so, because ye business. They said they can't even reduce it by 1 cent. Ain't it so more? Honorable Sam George can be on my a little bit history about the tenor air courses about Multichoice and then the government, for them to reduce their prices, it looks like say Multichoice, it is something that they normally do. They increase people's prices, they increase prices left and right, here and there, without even thinking about the people using the thing. And Honorable Sam George a history about how are these people they been doing their stuff. Oko malaria back in 2023. They did the same thing. Emma government in the society they should shut down Multichoice in the country. Obey you so Multichoice beam. And the acquirement say human mention and a Multichoice for sue the government. Into a code government to court in Zemono. Your train near train. I said tag of war no. We ha now we ha. No we ha now we ha. Into basa nasa kwa say yen ni ye hu na ye kru. And ye pede ye nim de ye ma oman no. Into sanity their Multichoice. Mo na mo na ye deal. Mo na mebetena oman me gye mo se mo na betena man me business. Sanity there and ye ntimi no mo ntena biom. Se mo ntimi tete price no so dia monko. Enti ho no mo kwatana within 4 months time and almost san ba no mo sanity there you reduce prices by 15% and then they are giving each subscriber each person you use Multichoice biano DSTV or whatever anything concern Multichoice biano they are giving them 1 month subscription. They should do it use it for free. That is a money government na train no montimi anwen ye kuti de Sam George e kan ye toaso.
Behavior is not the first time. In 2023 in Malawi, the ministry there, in fact in that case they just shut them down, asked them to leave because the prices were exorbitant. Multichoice went to court, sued the government, went to court, lost the case, and 4 months later came back, offered 1 week free for every subscriber, and dropped the prices. In Liberia in 2023 as well, there was a similar agitation. They slashed the premium package by $30 and the lower packages by $17. In Nigeria in 2024, they announced an increase. In Nigeria, they have a consumer protection agency. They went to court, sued Multichoice, and got the court to rule against Multichoice.
Honorable Sam George say, we a businessman, we a business company. You can't fight your regulator. What do you mean fight the way man? And then that I agree with that because me na me dem hu na e kuru na me hihye me na ma kuru no. Nti wuntimi mfa wo ma na chichere me. Unless say the deal na mo san ye no, they did something around the deal. Other than that, even that crampo no, they can do something about it because it is the government. They can do whatever they want to any kind of business parties be more Ghana. Into situation because situation say this me kona at some point no amount for be sue amount for be you see that say Ghana be sue Multichoice or Multichoice be sue Ghana. Either way said Multichoice for we decided so be sue Ghana. I'm betting you say Multichoice they are never going to win. They are never going to win. And with that being said, Omeki as or can be Multichoice for it will decision you omo say Ghanaians love EPL too much. EPL no a football game there. You watch it DSTV for na Multichoice for they almost use up ball no into Ghana for shepa. Omo say sa DSTV no and I say EPL na Ghana for penny no. Ghanaians can use that to overthrow some Gyata George decision now or make it for them.
They have said to me that they have a position that says we are not going to drop by even 1 cent. And I've said to them, and you see, my advice to businesses is don't fight your regulator. You can't fight a regulator and win. I have taken steps, and you see, when I say that I have engaged, I've gone as far as speaking to the South African Minister for ICT, Suli Matlasi, to speak to them. But Multichoice is taking a recalcitrant position because they think, and it's wrong calculation, that the Ghanaian people will turn on Sam George because of their EPL. But you see, as a regulator, we have a responsibility where there is a monopoly to act in the interest of the people.
And until Multichoice for any abra or money Ghana for the airtrain and then Sam George airtrain no. But the Amima can say Ghanaians shouldn't sit down and be like, dear some Gyata George no. It is not going to benefit us. Therefore, we should move ahead because EPO ni bi ahwe. I don't know what it is, and then if they overthrow some Georgia, that is going to be the biggest disaster Ghana will ever wished for. Because say they can make that decision too. Some more pardons to say, EPO lahwe. At this point, they will have to go with whatever decision they have at the moment. Hopefully, they are not like traumatized about the EPO to the extent they will die there. Then they will go for some Gyata George decision. But so Oman to me and go for some Gyata George decision any some Gyata George any Ghana for Ghana for they can do it. So with that being said, here is Positive Stance. Make sure you subscribe. My name is Humble and I'm out. Peace out.